Good morning, everyone. My name is Carolyn Hart Bennett, and today I'm going to sing a song from my musical, Seven Sisters, The Voyage. And this song is entitled Lovey's Funeral. So you know it's going to be sad. And what this is of the seven sisters, there are three actual real sisters. Susanna, who's 18, and she's bringing across the ocean with the immigrant ship the Amazon to travel to America and to eventually get to Zion in Salt Lake Valley. She is bringing her 10-year-old twin sisters, and their names are Phoebe and Fanny. And Phoebe and Fanny have a little canary, a little yellow canary in a bird cage that they've brought along. And the bird's name is Lovey. And so they have brought Lovey up on deck, and they're sitting there with a cage in between them, and they're discussing Lovey's condition. And Phoebe says, I thought maybe a little fresh air would make her sing, but we've been here almost an hour and not so much as a peep. And Fanny says, she doesn't look very well at all. She's sort of trembling. And then they look at her and observe her, and all of a sudden the canary topples off the perch. And Phoebe says, oh, Fanny, she's fainted. And Fanny says, poke her. So Phoebe reaches in and pokes her with her finger. She's not moving. And Fanny says, she hasn't fainted. She's dead. And the twins begin to wail. Oh, no. Oh, they're wailing to the top of their voices. And one of the sailors, which has befriended them, is named Mr. Huntley, and he comes running for them, and he said, what's the matter, twinsies? What's the matter? And Phoebe says, Lovey's dead. And Huntley says, well, who's Lovey? Our canary bird, says Fanny. Well, what did she die of? Phoebe says, I don't know, except she stopped singing the last couple of days. She must have been sick. She's blubbering away. And Huntley says, oh, that's too bad. Do you think we ought to have a funeral for her? And Phoebe says, oh, yeah, I'd like that. And Fanny says, let's go ask Susanna if it's all right. And Huntley says, yes, you two go talk to her and I'll get the plank ready. So he gets the plank ready, and the twins and Susanna return, and Susanna goes to the cage, and she takes Lovey out and puts her in her hand. She says, oh, our poor dear companion. I was hoping she'd be with us the entire journey so Mummy and Edward could see her once again. And Huntley gets her eye, and he says to Susanna, are you ready for the service, ma'am? And Susanna winks at him and playing along, of course. She says, yes, thank you, matey. You may proceed. And so Huntley puts the little bird on the plank, and he conducts what he thinks is a very solemn funeral for Lovey. So I'll turn on the music so you can hear this. We're here to bury Lovey Watts, deep down in the ocean. Do you have any last kind words to express your fond devotion? Fanny says, she always sang when I was sad. She always sang when I was glad, said Phoebe. You'll be missed, sweet bird, I'd like to add. She's the bestest friend we ever had. We commit, dear Lovey, to the deep. Will you help me lift the board? And they dump the bird in the water. Goodbye, true friend. We'll see you again in the next life with the Lord. Then Huntley, and how do you know that's correct? 'Cause Jesus Christ died on the cross, so all will resurrect. Phoebe says, don't you read the Bible? McGram read to me as a nipper. Sorry I didn't read it myself. No one learned me how by jigger. Susanna can teach you how to read in her reading class, I'll submit. And we'll make sure you learn of Christ. Huntley says, nah, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. But you're not an old dog, you're a salty old dog on the bounding high seas sailing. If the captain wants you to learn new things, don't to break your neck prevailing. So just repeat this adage, please, and change your mind that's fixed. Just learn as though you'll live forever. You're never too old to learn new tricks. I'm never too old to learn new tricks. You're never too old to learn new tricks. We meet on the deck at 10 a.m. and we'll just say this bluntly. We three will be expecting you. So don't let us down, Mr. Huntley. And then there's a blackout, and that's the end of that scene. Kind of goofed that up a little bit. But I'm 15% on the battery, so I better stop and say over and out.